Okay, hi everyone. Good day. I am Miss Irish Heridia, and this morning I will be discussing job analysis. Okay, I hope you will bear with me until the end of this discussion. These are my talking points. Okay, I will be discussing the uses of job analysis information and its steps. Now, at the end of the lesson, you are expected to discuss what and how job analysis is used. Now, I have here a picture. Okay. This is a summary. It summarizes what is job analysis. Now, among those 6 people, okay, you can see there that he only picks one. Okay, he only picks one out of those 6. Now, he picks the best out of the rest. Now, that is the role of job analysis because for example, you are hiring. Okay, a company is hiring. Now, many applicants will be rushing into that company to apply. Now, your job, okay, because our subject is human resource management, your job as an HR requires to pick up who among those applicants are suitable for the job. Now, job analysis entails job description, and that job description also includes recruiting and selection, performance appraisal, job evaluation, or the compensation and the training requirements. Now, let's tackle this one by one. First, we will define what is job analysis. Okay, now job analysis as summarized in the figure is the basic for several interrelated management job activities. Now, a job analysis is an assessment of a job position to determine the skills or competencies needed to perform a certain occupation, the working conditions of the job, and how that role affects other parts of the businesses. Now, a job analysis evaluates the position instead of the employee. Now, you will be asking, what is job description? Now, it is a written statement that describes the activities and responsibilities of the job, as well as its important features, such as working conditions and safety hazards. Now, let's tackle this one by one. Okay, let's start first with the recruitment and selection. Okay, it provides information about what the job entails and what human characteristics are required to perform these activities. This information in the form of job description and specification helps management decide what sort of people to recruit and hire. Because as I said earlier, that there are people who are applying for the job, and your job as an HR requires you to gather the information required for the certain job. Now, second, we have here compensation. Okay, because we are all working for us to gain an income, and compensation plays a very important role. Now, the role also of the job analysis information is crucial for estimating the value of each job and its appropriate compensation, because compensation will differ from one employee to another, because your level of work is not equal. So your compensation also is not equal. So there will be higher paid than you and lower paid. Now, compensation such as salary and bonus usually depends on the job required skill and level, safety hazards, degree of responsibility, and so on. All factors you can assess through job analysis fall under compensation. Now, job analysis provides the information to determine the relative worth of each job and thus appropriate class. Okay. Third, we have here the performance appraisal. Okay. The performance appraisal compares each employee's actual performance with his or her performance standards. Now, These important factors include attendance, efficiency, attitude, quality of work, and amount of work. Now, a performance appraisal is a regular review of an employee's job performance and contribution to a company. Now, companies use performance appraisal to determine which employees have contributed the most to the company's growth, review progress, and reward high achieving workers. So this is also a basis of promotion of the employees, of how they are working for the company and how they contributed in doing their job. Now, it helps the manager place the right employees for the right jobs depending on their skills, because often employees are curious to know about their performance details and compare it with their fellow colleagues and how they can improve upon it. So every company needs a good performance appraisal system. So it is important to note that each performance appraisal differ from one company to another, depending on their standards. Okay, that's it for the performance appraisal. Next, we have here training. Okay, all jobs are required training so that we can ensure that the one we are hiring is capable of doing perfectly for the job. Now, the job description should shows the activities and skills and therefore the training that a job requires. Next is discovery and assigned duties. What does it mean? Now, job analysis can also help to reveal and assign duties. In what way? For example, a company's production manager says, Mr. X is responsible for a dozen or so duties. Now, such as production scheduling and raw material purchasing. However, any reference of raw material inventory management was missing. Now, on further study, the management thus uncovered an essential unassigned duty with regards to job analysis. Now, you know from your review of other jobs like this that someone should be managing inventories, and that specific time you can appoint someone or you can hire someone who is capable of the job. Okay, now we have here the EEO compliance. Now, EEO means equal opportunity. Equal employment opportunity. Okay, now job analysis plays a big role in EEO compliance. It is crucial in validating all major personnel activities. For example, employers must be able to show that their selection criteria and job performance are actually related. Now, doing this, of course, requires knowing what the job entails, which in return requires a job analysis. Now, the EEO compliance enforces this law in both the public and private sector. Okay, closely tied to the Civil Rights Acts, the Commission defends the civil rights of employees in the workplace, because we all know that in a workplace, bullying or discrimination is possible. Now, the EEO compliance ensures that organizations foster diversity, equality, and workplace rights, because diversity enriches any company and your workforce is likely to reflect this. An inclusive, happy workplace sees greater retention and job satisfaction. So the motivation is clear. If you're doing everything right when hiring, then good job. Because who else here wouldn't like a healthy working environment, right? So that is very important. And now let's move forward in steps in job analysis. I think, okay, my video is lagged. Okay. As long as you can hear me clearly, so it doesn't matter. Okay, my picture is lagging. Now here we have the steps in job analysis. Okay, step one. Okay, what should be the first thing to do? Okay, first is you have to decide how you will use the information, since this will determine the data you collect and how you collect them. Some data collection techniques like interviewing the employee and asking what the job entails are good for writing job descriptions and selecting employees for the job. Now, I will also agree that interviewing is the most effective in gathering information, because you can test also not only the job, the written, what is written on the paper, but also how he carries himself in the interview. Okay. Now, second, we have here review relevant background information such as organization charts, process charts, and job descriptions. Now, organizational chart shows the organization-wide division of work, how the work in question relates to other jobs, and where the job fits in overall organization. Now, I have here a sample of organizational chart. Okay, this one. Okay, you can see here, okay, that the job is interrelated to one another. So it should show the distribution of work with whom the job incumbent communicates, because the chairman or the board, the members of the board of directors cannot, okay, they cannot communicate them all. So the organization will help them to have a organized structure of a company. Okay. Now, next we have here step 3, select representative positions. Why? Why? Because there may be two many similar jobs to analyze. So for example, it usually unnecessary to analyze the job of 200 assembly workers when sample of 10 jobs will do. Or for example, also you have okay, you are a principal, and you also need an assistant principal 1 or 2, and each will have a secretary, assistant secretary, and that will differ in compensation. So that is the step 3. Okay, let's move forward to step 4. Actually analyze the job. So by collecting data on job activities, required employee behaviors, working conditions, and human traits and abilities needed to perform the job. So in hiring, it is very important to ensure that the one you are hiring is capable of doing the job, because his attributes, his attitudes will affect the way he worked and the image of the company. So that is very important. Now, step 5, we have here, verify the job analysis information with the worker performing the job and with his or her immediate supervisor. This will help confirm that the information is factually correct and complete. Now, this review can help gain the employee's acceptance of the job analysis data and conclusions. Now, by giving that person a chance to review and modify your description of the job activities. Now, last we have here step 6, develop a job description and job specification. So this is a very important. These are the 2 tangible products of job analysis. Okay, again, this is the 2 tangible products of job analysis. Okay, first, job description, as I mentioned earlier, it is a written statement that describes the activities and responsibilities of the job, as well as its important features such as working conditions and safety hazards. While job description, on the other hand, summarizes the personal qualities, traits, skills, and background required for getting the job done. Now, comparing the two, I have here a Venn diagram showing its differences. Now, job analysis entails job description and job specification. Again, these are the 2 tangible products of job analysis. Okay, after you collect the data, you come up with job description and job specification. Okay, now let's differentiate the two. Job description, it includes the title, the position, the location, while job specification requires the education, work experience, skills, so more on backgrounds. Now, job description also entails duties and reporting, while job specification are the responsibilities or trainings. Now, for job description, we have the machines, workplace environment, and in job specification, we have here the personal and emotional characteristics. Okay, I hope that I made it clear to you. Now, to summarize, the steps in job analysis. Okay, I have here our presentation. Okay, first, okay, we have to decide how we will use the information so that our effort will not be put into waste. Now, review relevant background information, select representative positions, actually analyze the job, verify the job analysis information, and lastly, develop a job description and job specification out of this data you have collected. Okay, so that is the steps in job analysis. And that also ends my presentation. So it is very quick. These are my references. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. I hope you learned something today. Okay, God bless everyone. I will see you next time.